prostitute communicated when resist as mere sexual exploitation. As per fact, in given and deceiving or fraudulently or dishonestly induces a person to deliver any property or omit or not to omit if he were not deceived, which act is likely to cause harm to the body or mind, mind or reputation. Deceive or fraudulently or dishonestly induce a person to deliver any property or omit or not to omit if he were not deceived, which act is likely to cause harm to body or mind or reputation or property. Reputation or property. Fraudulently, dishonestly induce or deliver a person to deliver any property or omit or not to omit or not to deceiving or fraudulently or honestly inducing a person to deliver any property or omit or not to omit deception of a person fraudulently induce a person to deliver a property with consent to retain any property if he was not deceived act likely to cause harm property, body, mind, reputation. Property, body, mind, reputation. Property, body, mind, reputation. What is cheating? Section 3 and then 18. Deceiving or fraudulently or honestly inducing a person to deliver any property or omit or not to omit not deliver if he was not deceived, which act is likely to cause harm to body or mind or reputation or property. Deceiving or fraudulently or dishonestly induce a person to deliver any property or omit or not to omit if he were not deceived, which act is likely to cause harm to body or mind or reputation or property. And deceiving or fraudulently or dishonestly induce a person to deliver any property or omit or not to omit if he were not deceived, which act is likely to cause harm to body, mind or reputation or property. Deceiving or fraudulently cheating is deceiving, fraudulently or dishonestly induce a person to deliver any property or commit or not to commit any act if he were not deceived, which act which is likely to cause harm to his body, mind, reputation and or property. Body, mind, reputation or property. Punishment for cheating: 3 years or both. 3 years fine or both. Cheating by personation. Cheating by pretending or some other person, representing himself as another person, 5 years imprisonment, fine or both. 5 years imprisonment, fine or both. 5 years imprisonment, fine or both. Punishment for fine. Cheating with knowledge that the wrongful loss may ensure to cheat whose interest offender is bound to protect, cheat with knowledge lost by a person who was bound to protect by law or legal contract. 5 years imprisonment, fine or both. 5 years imprisonment, fine or both. Criminal breach of trust, 5 years imprisonment, fine or both. Carrier war fighter, warehouse keeper, 7 years, fine or both. Clerk, servant, 7 years, fine or both. Banker, merchant, factor, broker, attorney, agent, 10 years, fine or both. Breach of trust. Okay. Breach of trust. Shit. Breach of trust. Cheating and dishonestly induced to deliver a property. Cheating for dishonestly induce a person induced person deliver valuable security to make alter destroy make alter destroy any part of the valuable security. Simple sentence. Fraudulent deeds and disposition of property. Fraudulent deeds and disposition of property. Dishonest or fraudulently remove or concealment of property to prevent distribution among creditors. To prevent distribution among creditors. To prevent distribution among creditors. Whoever dishonestly, fraudulently removes, conceals, deliver or transfer to any person without adequate consideration intend to prevent distribution of property by law among his creditors. Whoever dishonestly, fraudulently removes, conceals, deliver to any person, transfer to any person without adequate consideration intended to prevent distribution of property by among his creditors. Fraudulent deeds and disposition of property. Fraudulent deeds and disposition of property. Imprisonment from 6 years to 2 years, 6 months to 2 years, fine or both. Section 320. Intended to prevent the defrauding of creditors by masking property. Dishonestly or fraudulently preventing debt from being available for creditors. Whoever dishonestly, fraudulently prevents any debt to prevent the payment to creditors, not payment to creditors. Creditors 2 years, fine or both. 2 years, fine or both. Dishonestly, fraudulently execution of deed or transfer containing false statement or consideration. Fraudulent dishonestly becomes party to deed, charge any property, false imprisonment. Dishonestly or fraudulently execution of deed of transfer containing false statement of consideration. False statement of consideration. False statement of consideration. Honestly, fraudulently execution of deed of transfer containing false statement of consideration. Fraudulently or dishonestly becomes a party to the deed, charge of any property, false statement relating to the transfer or charge. Dishonestly. Dishonestly, fraudulently remove or concealment of property. Fraudulently removes any property. Fraudulently removes any property. Assist in concealment of property. Assist in concealment of property. Assist in concealment of removal, concealment or removal, release any demand or claim to which he is entitled. Essential elements and ingredients. essential elements, ingredients. There is a property. Fraudulently removes any property, assist or conceal or removal, release any demand or claim to which he is entitled. There is a property. Accused concealer removed concealer or removed the property, said property, or assisted in concealment or removing the said property. Concealing or removing the said property. Concealing or removing the said property. For done fraudulently. Accused was released the same. Accused was entitled to a demand or claim that he was so released dishonestly, fraudulently. Offense relating to document and property masking. Okay. Forgery. Balbir Kaur versus State of Punjab. Make any false document, electronic record, or part of any document with the intent to cause damage or injury to public or any person, or to support or claim or title, or to cause any person to part with property, enters into express or implied contract. Intent to commit fraud, forgery. Intent to commit fraud, forgery.